All right, my Scorpio friends, how are you today? Michael Eschenburg here, Honest Aim, bringing you your monthly horoscope for February 2020. Got a lot of good movement going on right now. We've got Mars leaving your second house, entering your third house, leaving Sagittarius, entering Capricorn where it's exalted. We've got Mercury leaving your fourth house, entering your fifth house. Time to let your light shine. Going to go retrograde on the 17th. We've got Venus leaving your fifth house and entering your sixth house. All right, so good movement happening this month. All right, let me go to the chart and show you exactly what's going on. We've got Mercury down here. Okay, so my chart's set for February 1st. All right, Mercury down here at 27 degrees. On February 2nd, okay, we got to start paying attention between February 2nd and February 17th. If you look right now, all planets are direct. Okay, nothing is retrograde yet. All right, so nothing is retrograde yet. So between February 2nd, when Mercury hits 28 degrees, and March 17th, Mercury is going to hit 12 degrees 53 minutes. All right. Then on the 17th, Mercury begins its retrograde cycle, the first retrograde of the year. All right. Now I'll talk more about that in the daily horoscopes, so stay tuned for those. Mercury retrograde the 17th. Now it's going to move backward through this shadow period. Okay, this is area that we've already visited to the 28th degree, right there on March 10th. Then on March 10th, it moves from the 28th degree back forward again. Back forward, does that make sense? Forward again. Okay, and then it completes its retrograde cycle once it hits the 13th degree. Okay, so on the 2nd to the 17th, we got to start paying attention to what's going on, how we're communicating. Okay, so we're going from your home and family front, home and family, to a place of creative self-expression. Okay, that's where Mercury is going to really retrograde, is in your fifth house. This is how I'm expressing myself to the world. And expression, dealing with Mercury, it's our planet of communication. It's our planet of information, intuition, as well as trading goods and services. So there's a huge spark. Okay, a huge spark when Mercury enters your fifth house. Okay, so it's going from home and family again. Like maybe that's where your thoughts are. You're thinking about the family, thinking about the home. And then it's just like, okay, well, maybe if I want to expand, the sun's down there in your fourth house as well, shining your light, giving your light and love to the home front and your family, right? So maybe if it's just like, well, I care much about the home, I care very much about the family, what are ways that I can, you got Mars in your second house right now, what are ways I can make some more money to give back to my family? What are ways I can take care of my home? What are ways I can do these things, trading goods, services, business? Well, when Mercury enters your fifth house, right, it's huge. Huge, because you have this opportunity to tap in to your fire, your passion, your drive, this fire that doesn't get extinguished. You get to tap into this courageous leadership role of yourself, of your life. Okay, Neptune is down there right now. Pisces, in Pisces, Venus is also there in Pisces right now. Your planet of love, wants, and desires. Your planet of dreams and unconscious spirituality, your heart song and your poetry, all connecting there in your fifth house, which is really, really beautiful. So this is like a great time for you to shine, come to life. And it's just like, well, let's see what you got, because it's time to put this stuff out there. It's time to really, it's time for you to be this eternal fire that you are, my Scorpio friends, and pass this light on. Okay, so between the 2nd and the 17th, start paying attention to what's going on, because that area is going to go, retrograde, be revisited till March 10th, and then a third time it's going to hit it again. So there's going to be some lessons that come up between the 2nd and 17th that are important to learn, so that we don't, repeat. So we're creating a spiral out, not just a circle, not this Ouroboros snake eating its tail, right? Very cool. Now, on the 7th, Venus leaves your fifth house and enters your sixth house. Okay? So this is, how am I giving back to the world? So this is like you coming to shine once again, is saying like, look, this is what I love, want, and desire. This is what I want, love, and desire. And that's how I'm going to be of service to the world. So there could be Mars is still in your second house right now, about money, opportunities for money, creating and acquiring more money, more things, until the 16th. We'll talk about that in a second. So this can be a great opportunity, or looking at like, maybe I'm making X amount of money over here, but my heart's not in it. but over here, this is where my heart is. Am I willing to do a job for free? If I'm willing to do a job for free, my heart's in it. That means yes, like I'm passionate about that. And if you're passionate about something, then it's like, well, you get the ball rolling, and what starts as a small snowball turns into a giant boulder, then the money's going to come. The money will follow, so maybe there's a way of changing or looking at how you are applying your services to the world. Okay, so it might be a little bit of a risk to reward, getting out there in the cold and creating your first snowball and then seeing how big you can get it. All right, but that's kind of the energy that's going on. Now as well, you've got Chiron up there in your 6th house. Okay, depending on where you're at. I've got this set for 0 degrees Scorpio, so you got to know your chart here. So wherever your sun or rising's at, it's really kind of more about the rising, but you get it. This kind of applies to, whoever needs to hear whatever. Okay, so when on the 9th and 10th, Venus is going to connect with Chiron. So again, there could be some sort of a doubt, doubt in your abilities. How I want to give back. I want to be a great surgeon. I want to be a great poet. I want to be a great writer. I want to be a great basketball player. Will I ever be as good as Michael Jordan? Will I ever be as good as LeBron James? Will I ever be as good as Dr. Joe Dispenza? Will I ever be as good as Alan Watts as a philosopher? Will I ever be as good as Nietzsche? Or will I ever be as good as Andy Warhol? Will I ever be able to bring my talents forward? And be, and it's not about recognition from others as much as it is about self-recognition. Okay, this is important right now because it's not so much about how the world is perceiving you, but about your relationship with yourself. Okay, and trusting yourself during this process, trusting yourself that you are indeed wonderful, unique individual with a lot to offer, that once you start doing that, because everyone has their own unique way of doing things. How many people talk about quantum physics, or how many people talk about law of attraction, or how many people talk about astrology or tarot? But it's like everybody has their own unique way of saying, spitting the words out of their skull. You know what I mean? So everyone's got their unique flair. So it's just trusting your own unique flair and saying like, yeah, man, I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to just do what I love doing, and gonna just keep it going. And at first there might be some sort of imitation, monkey see monkey do, like, well, I learned my predecessors did this, so I'm gonna try this. And then sometimes there can be a little bit of trial and error, and sometimes it's like, well, okay, that actually, although my mentor did it this way, I'm realizing that I'm not gonna do it this way. So you're gonna be finding your own flow, again, with how you're offering your services to the world, which is beautiful. Such a beautiful time of year. Okay. Now on the 9th as well, we've got a full moon in the sign of Leo. So for you, let me show you the chart here. Awesome. This is happening in your 10th house. So this is indeed happening in your career sector. This is about public image. So you have the sun here in Aquarius, 4th house. So you're shining your light on home and family. You're shining your light on a bigger future for your home, for your family. Okay, you see a vision and you're going to achieve it. And all this energy that's going on over here in between your 5th and 6th house, as well as your 3rd house, this is a ton of new information. You're being overloaded with information right now. Okay, Pluto in the 3rd house, this is mind-blowing information. Okay, you should be very lucky and fortunate to receive this in a lifetime. Not everybody gets Pluto in their 3rd house in the lifetime. It takes 244 years to go around this sun, okay? Not everybody gets this. So you are having your minds blown right now with amazing information that's absolutely life-changing, okay? Saturn-Pluto conjunction that just happened for you, amazing. All right. Anyway, so we got the sun here in your 4th house. We got a vision for the future. We got all this new information coming in. We've got, me shining, information of myself, my own ego, my expression, my attitude, how I'm wake up and say yes to the world. Venus moving here. How am I going to give back to the world? And then you've got this full moon happening that says, look, I'm being recognized right now. The moon does not emit its own light. The moon just simply reflects the sun. So if you're reflecting all of this good stuff that's happening in your chart here between your 3rd and your 6th, and your seventh. I mean, I mean, there's just so much going on. We'll get to that in a second. There's just so much going down here of this like life changing. You're making money, you're learning new stuff. You do have your mindset. You have a vision of the future. You are coming into your own skin in a bigger way than you ever thought was possible 5 years ago. Okay, you're being able to put yourself out there, and doing all of this work, my Scorpio friends, allows you to receive the recognition that you deserve. Okay, really, really, really cool. So again, that full moon happens on the 9th. All right, and then on the 16th, Mars here is going to leave your sector of money and material possessions and enter your third house as well, joining in Capricorn. Now, this is going to be an uber amazing month and a half, 2 month long span as Mars is in Capricorn. Okay, because Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. Exalted means it's its most powerful place to be, because Mars is our planet of acceleration, of passion, of getting one foot in front of the other and getting the job done, right? So when we come to the sign of Capricorn, this is about reaching the top of the mountain. It's about reaching and achieving our goals. So there is nothing stopping you from reaching and achieving your goals. And as well, you've got Jupiter up there saying, I'm going to expand my knowledge. Okay, this is in your third house. This also has to do with like siblings, So what's going on with some of your siblings? Maybe there's relationships that got to be focused on or expanded on with the people close in your family. But it's still a ton about information, right? So you got Jupiter up there saying more information. Just give it to me. Give me all these goods. You've got Pluto up there at 23 degrees, creating this septile to Neptune. Okay, that's in your third house to your fifth house, which is once in a lifetime energy. Once in a lifetime energy. You'll never, ever, ever experience this. Your kids, your grandkids, great grandkids will never experience Neptune home in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn ever again. This is fate and destined energy from tapping into this information from source, tapping into this spiritual realm, connecting and letting it shine through you. It's like being a gold-plated wire. Okay, you are the gold-plated wire, and you're allowing this flow. Whether it's a speaker wire or whatever, you're allowing that energy to flow through you, and you're being recognized as that gold wire, not the copper wire, not the tin wire. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really being recognized right now for you being the unique, strong, and powerful individuals that you are, and allowing that flow to just come through you, which is very, very important. So that's on the 16th. Mars enters your third house. A lot of new information coming your way and accelerating, like seeking this out. Like, I'm not just going to sit here and wait for it. I'm going to figure out whatever I've got to figure out and keep going. Which book is it that I got to read? Which, am I studying quantum physics or quantum mechanics? Am I studying brains? Am I studying the body? Am I studying love? Am I studying whatever, art, poetry? Am I learning to be better at my job? Am I learning better communication skills for my relationships with other people? Whatever it is, you have your mind, set on. Fire, man. It's just going to be an amazing month for you. On the 19th, the sun is going to move out of your fourth house. All right, so not just about home and family life anymore, but Mars and the sun and Mercury are going to both enter your fifth house. Again, very, very powerful in the sign of Pisces, because this is again reminding you of your own passion, and you have a spiritual connection here with this passion and drive. And as a leader, you're spiritual leaders. There's a lot going on right now that's highlighting a spiritual connection, a connection deeper than this physical world, connecting to this oneness, okay? And letting, again, that oneness shine through you as an individual and allowing that to be part of your creative self-expression. All right. Then on the 23rd, we've got a new moon, sun and moon coming together right there. So it's a new beginning. Okay. So there's a new spiritual beginning for you. There's a new spiritual journey. There's a new spiritual growth. There's a new step in your life of evolving into, maybe you're not a spiritual person at all. If you're watching this channel, I'm not sure if that's possible, but there's something that's going on that's like deeper than the physical, that's deeper than this tangible world that you're tapping into, and you're allowing that to embody you, allowing that oneness to come through and really, really shine. And again, it's going to be recognized by everyone around you. You're stepping up to the plate big time, and it shows. So my Scorpio friends, have an amazing February. We'll catch you on the dailies. We'll see you tomorrow.